Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, beautiful people. It's good to see you all. My name is Francine, and I'm here with my channel, the Oversoul Archives. Welcome in, all of you. For those of you that are seeing me for the first time, welcome. And for the people that have been here with me through the thick and through thin, thank you guys so much for being here with me today. So, I usually don't start off readings this way, but I just want to ask the question, do you guys trust me? This is going to be really, really pertinent because it's not like a sign or a red flag because it's really just honesty. I want to be really honest and upfront with you guys. There's someone that I'm going to be tapping into today that you likely already saw in the description box below and the title of this message. So this is going to be a message on Jimmy Fallon. Now, why Jimmy Fallon? Like why in the hell would you choose a guy that isn't really, he has his job, he's well known. Why would you talk about him when you can talk about like a plethora of artists and celebrities? Hear me out. There is something about this specific person and something that needs to come through in this reading that is going to come out and unfold for you guys. So I trust my team, my spirit team, when they guided me to him. I didn't even know he was a Virgo. Did you guys know he was a Virgo? Please put it down in the comments below because I didn't think of him. When I think of Virgos, right? Everyone thinks of Beyonce. They think of Zendaya. They think of just a certain group of people. And I just didn't know that. So as a Virgo in various placements, including my son, I just felt like, okay, well, this is a wild card. Let's tap into his energy and see what comes through. So I have permission. I want to go in. And it feels really like it's uncharted territory. I don't think people typically talk about him, but I'm going to just trust my spirit team, trust myself, because my higher mind is also at work here. And we're going to just tap into his energy. I'm going to put this mic down. So I may have to pick it up in intervals to get a better sound, but I want to tap into his energy. Let's see what's going on with him and what we can expect and why he's coming up right now. Something may come out or something may be revealed in this reading about him, okay? Again, this is for entertainment purposes. And this is something that is going to be a prediction and also involve channeled messages. So take what you know of him and see how this resonates down the road and see whether he follows the trajectory that we come to in this reading. Okay, so I'm excited. If you guys like this video, please like, share, and comment on what you resonate with and what you want to see next. So without further ado, let's start. Okay. So, I used to have an old method of doing things. I used to have it was their internal feelings and external feelings. If there was like a couple for him, we're just going to do an overall energy. So let's tap into the overall with some oracle cards here. So we have Wisdom of the Oracle. Let's tap in here with this. Jimmy Fallon, let's get a picture of you. Okay, so we have James Thomas Fallon is an American comedian, television host, actor, singer, songwriter, and producer. And I heard someone say, I don't know why, I felt like I heard someone say he doesn't know that, she doesn't know that person. And I don't know why. It sounded like it was coming from some male, so a guy in the audience. Okay, could be him himself, but down the road in life. So we'll see how that works. Spirit team members. Thank you so much for the energy exchange here. Thank you so much for the time and energy that we are about to put into this reading. Let's do this. What is the overall energy for Jimmy Fallon? Wow, okay. One. We have two so far. Okay. And we have three. All right, so we have blessed. Number 22. So this could be a good thing. this is really important to note. It could be just a really good time for him. Just something is coming up for him. So we have blessed. Let's see how it unfolds. We have soulmates. And I forgot we had a third one, higher power. That was in between the two. So we have a higher power coming in between the soulmates and blessed. So there's a situation that he's fated to encounter. There's a situation, it could be a person in particular that he's fated to meet, or a situation that is a soulmate to him. When we have this many 2s and 4s, this is telling me that he is getting into alignment, and this could be through the means of like a situation coming into his life and shifting things so dramatically that he begins to see things differently, or he begins to have an experience of abundance, it doubling for him. So there's something about multiplication, because we had the 22 come out and then 4. So those two cards are the same number, but it seems as though it's simplifying. So he's simplifying his life, or something is simplifying for him, and it's a blessing. And I'm hearing blessing in disguise. Something could be a blessing in disguise, meaning something could come through, a situation could occur for Jimmy that seems like it's not fair or seems unfit for him or something like that, but it is actually a blessing in disguise. It is better to go through this in this way. The way that these cards are coming through, look how sweet the energy is. It's like, even if the situation is dire, I'm hearing dire, dire, or it feels like it's like going to be something that's uprooting him. It's going to be meant for him, because the soulmate card is here. That means he signed a contract with himself before he signed any contract with anyone else. So this is something he had to experience in this form and in this way. So I'm hearing truce. He's going to make a truce with somebody, and that is the soulmate connection here. Doesn't have to be a specific person. It could literally be like his arena, like where he works, like what he does for a living. There may be a karmic thing he has with the people and also with the industry there as well. So he had to make a truce with the industry, or make a truce with someone here. Someone holds the key, and I'm seeing the key to his heart in the sense of maybe they understand his goals, and they have a lot of wisdom, and they're trying to tell him, look, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to focus on. This is what you need to like really guide yourself into, or let me guide you. Some person might be guiding him in a sense into this new start. It could be a spirit team, right? We will see. We have Pisces energy, which is the opposite of Virgo. So there's something about either him coming full circle with something, or him seeing something from a new perspective. Reflection. A lot of water is coming through in the sense of like emotional fulfillment, or emotional, something that's going to be emotionally significant for him in his life. Okay. This could be something creative for him. This could be like an endeavor that he takes on for himself that is different, out of the box. Something that is going to be a form, like I said, of a truce in some way. This could be like, hey, you've been doing this for this long, like why not do something that gives you peace of mind, or something that you enjoy? Or this is a truce as in, okay, let's take a step back and let's do something different. Something's shifting there. We have Venus. We have the energy of, I'm feeling like a luxurious energy with this, because it reflects like Libra and Taurus energy. So I feel like this is about his abundance. I feel like his abundance is going to come in another way. Like there's going to be another avenue that's more creative for him. Anything else you'd like to say? Like, clarify that Pisces energy. Okay, Gemini, a creative way of communicating with people. So he's going to have a creative way to express himself for you guys. And we have the moon with Venus. This is going to be like maybe a darker side to him. There's something about darker energies here, and Taurus is at the bottom. So yeah, this is about either gluttony. Ooh, okay. So there's something about like excessiveness here. Maybe Venus was something of a shadow energy. Like he had like just an abundance of something, and now he's going to have to address making this truce, or cutting some ties, or doing something differently, and addressing his shadow with the Scorpio card. This is addressing like the dark, addressing fears, insecurities. There's something about the Death card, like transitions, like needing to make a transition. This feels like a major transition for him, and it's going to be a new avenue for him. There's a card that fell down. Cancer energy, yeah. Something about mother energy, or like just the feminine. What is all of what is the Cancer energy about? So we have two, I almost said two Scorpio cards. I meant two water cards coming through again to kind of reiterate what I said about the water energy. I feel like that's it for the zodiac cards. The bottom of the deck is Taurus and Libra. So definitely a lot of like Empress or like feminine energies here. I don't know what it is about the feminine energy. It could be the feminine energy within him and doing something creatively and different that involves women or involves feminine energy, and communicating with them, or communicating in a way that looks like a feminine energy, maybe looking more feminine. I don't know what this will look like down the road, but it's kind of like I'm hearing consequential, because we have Gemini, which is communication that I mentioned to you, and then we have Cancer. So it's communicating in a more feminine way or more nurturing way to people. This is a nurturing energy. This could be also communicating with a Cancer specifically, maybe doing a talk show or doing something communicating with a Gemini or a Cancer in his life. Could be both. But I feel like it's a Cancer specifically. So something is significant about a Cancer at the end of the day. Yeah, look at that air energy. So it's definitely about communicating with people, as he is a talk show host, right? So something is shifting with the way he speaks, and I feel like he's going to either speak on something that's dark, or he's going to experience something, or something will be revealed about the dark, about his tendencies or codependencies, or just the need for reflection on something. Let's look into the Scorpio energy. Actually, let me just see what that's about, because I'm curious what that's all about. Why is Scorpio coming up here? Why is the 8th house? Because that's about sex, occult, death. Saturn, difficulties in sex, the occult, death. So something about his experiences and... Okay. I don't want to say that until I have another card. What else would you like to say for Jimmy Fallon Spirit Team members? Okay, something about, yeah, fighting. So conflict arising, because we have Aries and Mars, and that is Scorpio and Aries love Mars, because that is where they are like glorified. So there's something about like war breaking out with regards to, I'm hearing intangibles or certain dark energies that are revolving around responsibility at work. So this could be work related issues. This could be, yeah, this part of the reading is not looking very nice. So whatever this is about like conflict arising with his ability to lead, or his ability to govern something that has to do with luxury, like his luxury, his abundance, or it has to do with a darker side to him that people are going to see. Mars, Leo, yeah, like there's a pride here, there's a stubbornness. Yeah, look at all the fire energy. There's a pride and stubbornness here about him that is going to be revealed in greater measure. So they're saying like this is a darker aspect of his experience, but rather like it's just something that, not just as if it's not important, but it's more about, these are his challenges. I think he had to work through either people that were doing that to him, being stubborn, being aggressive, being demanding, and he had to put his foot down, or he was just being a really stubborn, aggressive, demanding, very argumentative energy that people had to address. And so there may be like this need for him to create a truce of some sort, because it was coming back around. Something that was done in the past is coming back around here. Yeah, that Scorpio energy with the Mars and Aries is really getting me. It makes me feel like there's a lot of war coming. Even though it's so beautiful, the colors and energy that you get from these cards, it feels as though this is a blessing. And I don't know if he's going to see it that way. It means that it's meant to happen right now. It's meant to come through this way. And sometimes it gets ugly before it gets better. So I hope that makes sense. Let's get into the situation. What is the situation that we're talking about to start off before we get into the tarot? What is the situation that we're talking about here? We have gift. So there's a sum of money, a large sum of money that was granted to him, wealthy man. So I don't know if this was granted to him at the age of 30, but there's something about 17 and 13, and those two came out. 17 is something really, a star, like a really big opportunity, because I think of the star card when I see the number 17, if you guys can see that. So there's something here about like an opportunity that he just couldn't pass up, and it really changed the game for him in his career. So this is going back in time, and I'm hearing 1987. So I'm not sure how long he's been around doing this. I usually don't even look into stuff too deeply unless it's with you right now, just because I don't want to get like an idea and then think that that's where it's going. It usually in life never goes out or pans out the way you plan, and so there's no point. It just messes with my ability to see things more clearly when I look back, and that's what happens when I do too many readings on the same person. So I like to make sure that I always refresh, like spend time separate from that energy, so I don't like think I know what's going on all the time. I like to just let it go. So let's see what else. So we have that information coming through about the past in 1987 journey. So something about the beginning. We're going back to the beginning, okay, guys? Because there's something about the beginning that's significant. It could be the truce with regards to this opportunity that he got back in the day, and it being significant, like it coming around. And I'm hearing October 10th, but I'm seeing 10 here. So there's something about 10 being significant. If it's not October 10th, it's like a completion. Something about his journey completing, and now he's heading into a pathway. We have a new pathway or something shifting for him. It's like the end of a contract or the end of something is approaching him. And you may know, please let me know in the comments below after this reading, because it would be really cool to see what this is. So he got a message, sudden wealth, great fortune, and mature man. So yeah, occupation at the bottom of the deck, in addition to what I just mentioned, which is message coming in, sudden wealth. 7-Eleven is significant. I don't know if he likes to eat there. Little tidbits of information here coming through, or it could just be like this information was so divine for him, like this opportunity, this focus into putting him in the spotlight and getting him all of these things like started. There are people that were supportive of him, I would surmise, and that's what's coming through. They're saying that there's like a coming full circle moment here, and we have great fortune and mature man. So he's looking back on something that was said to him recently. We have occupation, main female, and false person. There's someone in his circle that is a false person. It's a woman, and I'm feeling like I don't know why I heard champagne. I don't know if they love champagne, but they have like the first letters of their name is S or CH, but I might have, with the slip of the tongue, maybe it's SH. Someone around him is not who they say they are. They're fake. And this is specific. It's not like, oh, of course, like there's one person out there in the world, right? When you're famous, you're going to have someone that's fake. This is someone close. Otherwise, it wouldn't be that important. It's like you want to make sure that you address the people in your house or the people in your court that you trust. Family room. So it's someone in his family. Or they meet with him in his family. We have false person. Number 8. This person is really fast, and maybe they speak fast. I'm getting Scorpio energy as well. They also could have red hair. So I'm just getting like a lot of Spitfire information about this person. Red is significant. They could be just really driven, really fast paced. They speak really fast. They could be a fire sign. I almost said earth. So their earth or fire placements are really important. So he will know who this is if he were to see this. We have imprisonment and unexpected income. So this person is trying to make money off of him by putting him in a situation and locking him down. So if you hear about something with regards to a person, I feel like yeah, someone tipped off a person. So there's someone that had information or is going to leak it to the media or leak it. It doesn't have to be as grand and as crazy as what can come through and with celebrities. This could be just as simple as someone in the family was talking a bit too much, or this false person was just not working with him in mind, like considering him, but was rather just giving information. Let's see what imprisonment is about. Despair. And we have expectation. Yeah, they want to have some kind of control with his demise, or like kind of like put him in a negative light in the media in order for him to move forward or to move on and to let go of something. I'm not sure if they're getting earnings from this, like doing this to him. And also, okay, toil and labor. Yeah, they work under him likely as well. They could be someone that he would consider to be a part of the family, a part of the group, if he does consider people like that to be a part of the group. I feel like this person is going to leak information or say that they're concerned about something that he's doing, and it's going to cause despair for him. And there's an expectation that he's going to have to work to get the trust back of the people, or the work to get people's trust back in some way. Yeah, he's really concerned about this. So there's a reason. There's always a reason why this comes through. We have to remember how connected we all are. We're like a huge network collective. When something like this comes out, it's because it's supposed to come out. Don't think that anyone has more power than the oracles, or like we're the oracles, but then the divine. Like, the immaterial world is trying to say something about this situation for a reason. So I want you guys to see, if you know someone that's connected to Jimmy Fallon or knows about him, has the ability to not even publicly say anything, just to know this. They want him to know this, or they want someone connected to him to know this, as well as you guys. It's just something to confirm what's coming through. So we're going to keep going. I feel like we're going to need to address what he's healing in this situation to give us an understanding of what's being leaked. Like, what is this information? What message? It's something that's going to get him imprisoned, or get him stuck in some way. It could be physical imprisonment. It could be, we'll see what it is. What will Jimmy Fallon need to heal in the situation, Spirit Team, when he goes through this situation? Because it feels like it's on this trajectory. The card is Ascension 24. I'm feeling like something on the 24th day is also significant. And what's interesting is, back when I did a channeled message for you guys, the collective, I got 1224. And I don't know if this is something that's going to happen before a holiday, and that's why it's coming through. It doesn't have to be specifically December 24th, but something about the 24th day is significant here. We have joy, number 42, and that's a mirror. So literally we have ascension and joy. So his joy is coming out of the situation, but he might not see it that way. This is truly a blessing in disguise for him, guys. He's going to be pretty down about something that comes out, or something that's said, or something that's done. He's going to be pretty pissed probably, and be really stressed out, but it's actually a good thing. Friends of this person, you should know that. I feel like you guys want this to happen, like his friends or the people around him, this close people. They know this is the best thing that can happen for him, or it's not as bad as it could have been, or something like that. So he has ascension happening for him. He's going to be growing and understanding like a higher perspective of this all, and why he was in the spotlight, why he has been in the spotlight, why he was given the opportunity. I feel like he's going to come to an understanding of things. December may be significant because I'm spacing out and I'm seeing December across my line of sight. I want you guys to know I scry, so I'll use any medium. It could be like looking into a bowl of water, looking into cards like face down and seeing words. So just in case you guys are wondering what I'm looking at, sometimes my setup will reflect what I'm looking at if I push it down. Today it's just me, and you guys are going to be seeing me from this perspective. So one card seemed like it came out, but I don't see it. Okay, there we go. Psychic development is the one that flipped over. So we have 24, 42, and 5. So he's moving out of this mirroring that he's going to see. I feel like he's going to see something, or see himself plainly in the mirror after the situation happens. And then he's going to be able to then learn something with psychic development. It doesn't have to be major, like he's going to transition and become a yogi or something. It's more like he may just kind of reflect and be like, man, people were worried about this when I was doing this, or people actually care, or people are not who they say they are. It's like a reflection. There's going to be a lot of reflection here. We have reunion of souls. So I feel like this person is a soulmate, or he may meet a soulmate after this. I feel like something about a soulmate is coming through. Masculine energy. It could be a male, someone that like taught him about masculine energy in a healthier way, or or maybe he's going to heal from a masculine energy that was in his life during this time or beforehand when he had this opportunity, right? We all come with like our experiences from our parents and such. So it could be a parent wound or a father wound. It could be a wound just with men in general around him. And then the burden. I think he's going to be addressing some kind of burden he's been holding on and carrying for quite some time. So that is what we got so far with just the oracle cards, guys. Just the oracle cards. And I want to kind of tap into his overall energy and also his trajectory here and any information that we can glean from him here. So let's move everything back. If you're enjoying this reading so far, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Doing so with this channel would be a like amazing blessing, because it is tricky at first to get things out when you're coming back into the arena again and doing this, and also when you're smaller. So I really do love and appreciate all of you guys for being supportive and for helping get this message out to the people that are watching it, you guys. So I want to get a deck. I'm gonna just see if I can get it really quick. For some reason, this deck has been calling to me every single day. Every time I'm looking over at my stuff, it's like, this is meant to be. So let's see what his overall energy is. And they're kind of guiding me to shuffle this differently. Okay, let's do something different. Spirit team members, what is the overall energy for Jimmy Fallon? I just feel this card. Let's put that here. See how many others. Okay, that one. Jimmy Fallon. What reading? Or it seems like something is linked to him, guys. Something is linked to him in my readings. Meaning like I did a reading on another celebrity and it's linked to him. Because I almost said, what reading should I look at? So it's telling me that there's something I said. Just feeling the energy here is interesting. Yeah, so I'm getting blank slate, write your name. And that's like a Taylor Swift song. So something about her is significant. Could be something about someone close to her or her is coming through. I'm just gonna see if I can get one more card before we start. Anything else, Spirit Team? Alright, so I haven't seen these yet. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. So the bottom of the deck is imposter syndrome. So he's been overworked. He's been working real hard. I think he's been focusing on his work more than he is his spiritual life. I feel like he needs a break. He's overdoing it. I feel like he has so many aspirations, and I feel like he is starting to feel like an imposter. That's why I feel like this deck is so important. I feel like literally the words are what we need to talk about. The feeling of like, this is your identity and this is who you are. I feel like he's been sitting in this energy for so long. I'm hearing 26 years at least. So there's something here about that with the tech visionary. I feel like he had so many ideas, so many things that he wanted to bring to people. I feel like he really envisioned a lot of things for himself and still does, likely. I don't know if he's burnt out to the point where he doesn't, but he is a magician. I think he manifested all of this. Two of Cups we have is engagement photos. I feel like that meeting he had with this person is really significant for his career. Someone really set him on this trajectory, and I feel like he feels like he owes them a lot. But I feel as though that connection, something's coming up about that. We have the Two of Wands, making plans, new career. Who's this? So you might be starting a new career path or feel really tired of this path with the ick and the Five of Cups. And yeah, fun employed. So he wants to kind of like take a break. Okay, I feel like he needs the break. He needs to patiently reflect. And for some reason, I'm feeling the top card right here. It's generational wealth. He wants to be able to focus on his investments, to focus on the money he already has, to be like more so at home, or to have more time to take trips and to be like marinating in that time and energy with his family and the people he loves. I feel like he really wants to just take some time away, and that might be what you need to know. I'm hearing April 26th, so it's interesting. What's interesting about it is that April 26th is when You is coming out, I believe, 5th season. Not marketing for them, but like if you guys watch You, something about that might be significant. He might feel like he's just like he feels like his life, work life, and his actual personal life are like two different things. People don't see. I don't know if he's going to feel really exposed, and that's what the link is with April 26th. Something about Taurus energy, like energy of like, I'm hearing vibrancy, like him having a lot of riches and people evaluating his riches and saying like, oh, we need to do something, or we need to address this or that. He may feel like he's under a like microscope a bit, and it could be something within his group, like people just evaluating him a little bit too much, or speculating, or trying to tell him he needs to like slow down. There's something about concern here. There's something about a message that comes through that will bring him to a place of recognition that he needs to take time away from something. So let's get into his overall energy. The World, boozy brunch. He's very traveled. I'm hearing acclaimed, very well acclaimed. I feel like he has like a just what we already talked about, notoriety. So his energy is the World, which is about a major transition. Let's not forget that, actually. That's like the biggest thing here. Major transitions happening for him. We have the Page of Wands, or the Page of Vibes, which is telling me, and I don't like the lighting of this thing. Okay. It's something. It's not like, it's not ideal. Let's see if that helps. Okay. I can't look at it. It's too much. So Page of Wands with the World is telling me he still has a youthful energy about him. He wants to do more. There's so much more he wants to do with traveling, with addressing his family, his inheritance, his generational wealth. It could even be his will, like making sure things are squared away. I just feel like he wants to just really live in the lap of luxury that he's acquired, and he's been overworked. We have the Nine of Swords. What is that about? Okay, we're gonna tap into why he's worried with the Sunday scaries, but we have the Nine of Pentacles. It could be worry about home, worry about his career, and like people trying to affect his career in negative ways. We have the King of Wands, big D energy. So I feel like he's done so much for himself that he doesn't want things to fall apart. What do we have? Burnt out, Ten of Wands. So he's just feeling really burnt out, and what they're saying is that he basically just needs to take more time sleeping for one, because they're saying that he is a grown-ass man and he knows this already, but he needs to take time away in order to think clearly, and he seems to be having insomnia. So they're saying, yeah, he's an insomniac, or he's like having moments like that where he's not sleeping and taking care of himself, and it's really affecting him, and he's becoming scary in a sense. Like his mood is really affected by his sleeping patterns, so he may not be fun to work with at this time, or he may not be fun. He maybe has had this happen for quite a while. People may feel like he is on an island in a sense, in his own mind, like he seems to be like maybe somewhere else when he's not on screen or on camera, and he may want to get away. So that's significant. He wants to start over. He may even want to take a trip somewhere, like take a journey and just go away and not come back for a while. Eight of Swords is like the energy of feeling stuck. I don't know if this is also about people wanting to take vacation as well and not being allowed to until he does, or something like that. We have, yeah, to be honest, I don't know, Two of Swords. He has to make a choice, and we have another card that feels like it should come through, Four of Pentacles. He needs to save his money, or he needs to oh, this is interesting. There's something about income disparities that are being addressed. I don't know if it's with him, like he feels like he's not getting what he's worth, and this is like more so like there's a greed, or like just like a feeling of needing to protect himself, protect his money. Perhaps doing what he would want to do, which is walking away and taking a break, might affect his money, and he doesn't want that. Bottom of the deck is the I almost said the Hierophant. Yeah, I feel like he's very respected, and I saw 33 in the sense of he has such a charisma and such a like he's a character, and I feel like people look up to that about him, or at least respect that about him, regardless of how he may act around people, which is, you know, Nine of Swords makes me feel like he gives people anxiety, or there's some worry there for him. one of the two. But High Priestess is here, the Lovers is here, and the Eight of Cups is here. Yeah. So something about a significant relationship really trying to tell him he needs to do the inner work. Yeah, he knows he needs to do this. So let's see what else is coming through. Why do we need to know this? Because I want to see what other information is coming through after we get his overall energy here. There's something coming in here. I have my decks here, by the way, so I look up there to see if there's anything else. What do we need to know about Jimmy Fallon at this time? Why is this all significant for us to talk about today? Okay. There's that Hierophant I told you guys. So I'll show you the cards in a second, but I'm just going to get the other ones here. Okay, let's just stop there. That's plenty. So there's a story coming through. With the Hierophant, there's someone else, a feminine energy. This could be the feminine that we were talking about that is likely that is a false person. This person could be an earth sign, like I said, right? The Hierophant is here. That's Taurus energy. That's the Instagram. It says the Instagram guru. And then we have Who Run the World, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. This is reminding me, of course, Who Run the World is a song by Beyonce, but there's something here about an earth sign taking over. This feminine energy could be a Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo. It feels like this person is the reason he's on edge right now. So look out for this person. This person, I feel like, is someone that's been working behind his back, or is someone that doesn't have his best interest in heart. They're very easily, I feel like they talk too much, or they talk too quickly to people about certain things that they shouldn't. They should hold back with the Strength card, I feel like, but they don't. They do it for their work-life balance. They do it to save, to have the money that they need. So they're willing to open their mouth in order to express what they want, like to express either what they want or what people want to hear, so that they receive the money that they need. So they tend to be very two-faced in their energy. I feel like I need to use the archetype deck to get an idea before we move on to the final message here. So keep your eyes out for this, guys. This is likely going to just be a domino effect. So there's significance to all of my readings. I feel that strongly. Even if we don't really see it at first, I feel like it's supposed to come through. So let's look at, look at the light aspect of Jimmy Fallon at this current moment in time, or whatever is significant to him. What is Jimmy Fallon, the spirit team? What are his light attributes here? What are his light attributes, spirit team? Thank you so much for this information. What do we need to know about Jimmy Fallon's light attributes? Okay. So we have Gambler. And I heard Queen's Gambit, and we got the Queen archetype as well. So 2 came out. So we have the Gambler, willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. So even when others doubted him in the beginning when he first started, it was the right call, right? Because he's famous, he's well known. So there's something about him trusting himself and knowing, like, I need to do this, I need to go in this way. It's a gamble, and doing it and achieving a lot of success because he did it. So we have also the Queen archetype coming through. This says, radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. So his feminine energy is coming through, and that might be significant for what you're going to hear next about him. And then we have this empty card that I saw, and I thought it's still important to put it in. I'm seeing the word actress. So he's a really good actress. He's a really good presence, I feel like, with regards to, like, speaking about things. For some reason, they want me to talk about the bottom. Is that correct, spirit team? I feel like they're saying bottom 2 is for him. So his shadow attribute is the gossip, which thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. So that sucks. And then we have thief. Stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. So he has a tendency with the 2 blue. You saw how those 2 are blue. I feel like there's something here about his communication being a place where he needs to work on. I think he needs to work on his communication with people, because it seems like he may talk too much or release information too quickly or readily without realizing it, perhaps, and sometimes realizing it and knowing that he's doing it. And also just creative ideas, something about stealing creative ideas or stealing something, in a sense. Either it could be emotionally stealing something or taking from people when he should have that on his own. Yeah, something that he thinks he lacks, he tends to try to get it from other people. So if he needs something to show off or showcase a certain aspect of his personality that people like, he'll try to take on the energies of other people or emulate other people in some way. We have Father as well at the bottom. Dictatorial control, abuse of authority. So he may be dictatorial, he may also abuse his authority, and that is why he is being told to take a seat or to move forward into something else as a form of a truce to move forward. And I feel like this is, so I'm not saying, I basically feel like this is actually something he needs, and it's good for him, like for him to either move forward into something else or to step aside or to transition, because I feel like the person isn't fully wrong. I think they're just, the feminine energy that I told you guys about, the earth sign or fire sign, I feel like that person is actually trying to do what's right, and they're trying to balance their life. They feel like a little out of balance. It could be because of him, and they work together. So they feel like the only way to do this is to stand up and to say something about it. I just feel like there's something here about this person. I don't feel like either person is anything else but human. So I feel like the other person has a good reason, to them at least, for doing this. Good in the sense that it is for their benefit, meaning they feel like this, like Jimmy isn't doing something right by them as well. So there's something about this relationship being like a soulmate relationship. And it doesn't mean love. It means, it could be love, but soulmates are not just romantic partners. I want to reiterate that very heavily, because you can have soulmate contracts with friends, family members, with animals. You can have so many different contracts with people from other lives that we forget that it's not romantic inherently. Okay. What light attributes does this person have? Because I heard Diana, Prince, romantic charm and potential for power. This person could be really attractive. This person could have a lot of power. They could have more of a masculine energy when it comes to their like dominating in the industry. They could be feminine, but also just be really assertive and confident, and that could come through as a prince archetype, like chivalrous and kind and attractive. So I'm seeing rebel come through as well for them. So it says challenges authority to affect social change. They tend to speak their mind, or they tend to think more new age and more. They tend to think more in a modern way, and they're kind of like they reject spiritual systems. They're likely not very religious. They're more so open. They could have even come from a place of like cynicism with religion and spirituality, perhaps even, or they may just be like, have a story about that they want to share. Pioneer. Yeah, this person's really creative. They might have specific air signs as well, so this person's well balanced, but I'm getting earth sign as their one of the main three. Passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. Okay, so they're really unique. They're a wild card in a sense in this industry with Jimmy, this person that we've been talking about with him. What are their shadow attributes? It seems like their shadow attributes is not saying anything, like holding off on saying something and not listening to their heart and their intuition when it tells them to speak up. What was that about? Okay, 2 cards wanted to come through. So this person, it says acting innocent. The next one is angel. The first one was this, which is why I said intuitively this person's not speaking, even though they should be. Just in that moment, I'm getting that. And I'm getting the name Reese, R-E-E-S-E, but they could just like Reese's Pieces, Reese's Puffs, or something like that, but Reese is significant. It could be R-H-Y-S or R-E-E-S-E or something like that. Acting innocent or angelic to mislead others. And then I'm getting another name, Denise, or something, a name with a D. First letter is D. I don't know. Is this like a group of women? I don't know. Falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance. So this person might have talked to their friends or something like that, and that's why I'm getting so many women. So yeah, they're acting innocent to mislead people right now. or they tend to do that when they're in their shadow, and also inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. And then we have prostitute, mediator, and saboteur. So they tend to be like wanting the peace, wanting all that peace, but then at the end of the day, they're also like working behind people's backs, and they need to be wary of that. They tend to use their sensuality to get what they want. So they might use sex, or they might use just their attractiveness to get what they want, but it's not in a healthy way. What is the trajectory for Jimmy Fallon going forward to close? Ace of Cups, enjoyment. I mean, like, I feel like he's going to find his emotional fulfillment outside of this situation. I heard outside of this relationship. We also have Six of Pentacles, karma. Karma's coming. Something about give and take, reciprocity is coming. Something about like something being imbalanced for a while is going to be balanced again. Those were a bunch of cards, so I'm not taking those. None of them flipped over either, so let's get one more card. And I'm seeing like a phone number. This person, Jimmy, is going to get like a phone call, or he's going to get a phone number. Someone's going to give him a phone number and say, hey, call this number and they can help you. So I don't know if he's getting a lawyer, or if he's going to take another opportunity or something like that, or have an initiative. Ace of Wands, microdose. I feel like he also might go into more of a spiritual route, and that could involve mushrooms. Or he has some significant relationship with mushrooms or something like that. I feel like a new opportunity is going to come for him, and it's going to be like a really, you're going to hear about it for sure with the went viral card, Six of Wands. It's going to be successful. So he's going to group up with a new group of people, and he's going to be coming out, whether it be sexually, like his interest in some way, like being bi. I don't know if he's already come out about that, if it's true, but coming out is significant. You guys will know what that means. I just see the cards, and that's what I want to share, all of what it could entail. But coming out could be like him expressing himself in a new way, and you guys are going to see a more real side of him. And that's going to be impactful for the people he interviews, or if he doesn't interview anymore, it's going to affect how they're conveyed, right? So this is important for us to know. I hope this helps. I hope this is something you'll keep in the back of your mind. Remember this reading, and then come back to me and see what happens. But in the meantime, if you enjoyed this energy exchange and the time and energy I take into these readings, please like, share, and subscribe. Doing so will help people see this in the algorithm, and also will help other people see my other content. I have hundreds of videos for you guys. If you would like a personal reading, I would love to do that for you guys. I have a list in my community tab. I will try to start putting that in the description box below, so that you can look at it and then click on what you need to go to. Readings are going to be really fun, really exciting going forward for me as I change up my style, but also it's going to be something I'm going to preview and show you guys. I'm going to be doing pick-a-cards for each of the personal readings, so that you can see what I do for personal readings going forward. And then of course, it's up to it's up to the sense I get from your spirit team, but I wanted to give you guys more of an organized way that I do my readings. So if you guys enjoy that, please stay tuned for that and more. But I will see you guys for the next video coming up. So you take care, and I'll see you then. Bye.